Okay, activity page 12.2. You're going to write the following correctly. So here we have a greeting, someone's name, Dr. John Smith. So DR is an abbreviation, so it's short for doctor. So we're going to capitalize abbreviations, capital D, R. Now we put a period, space, capital J, O, H, N, for John, space, capital S, M-I-T-H, Smith. Now, did we correct 4 items? Yes, we capitalized the D in doctor. We put a period. We capitalized the J in John and the S in Smith. So those 4 items. Now, the next is New Year's Eve is on December 31st, 2016. This is 7 corrections. We will start with the beginning. This is a sentence because it's telling you something. The subject, New Year's Eve. The predicate is on December 31st, 2016. So I'm going to start with a capital letter. So I start with a capital N. New. Capital Y for year. Apostrophe S. The Eve is belonging to New Year. Capital EVE. So I did 1, 2, apostrophe 3, 4. So forth. Is on December is a month, so I capitalize it. 31st, it was 5 with December. Put a comma after 31st to separate the date from the year. So that's 6, space 2016, and the period at the end of my sentence. That makes 7. Now I have 2, so this one will be a little easier. Are you ready to go? So it is a sentence. You is a subject, and then are ready to go will be my predicate. So start with a capitalization at the beginning of your sentence. That's 1. You ready to go? And this one is asking me something. So I need to put that's right, a question mark. Now I'm back up to 6. Is Mrs. Betty White your mom? I always start with a capital letter. This is a sentence. Is. So Mrs. is an abbreviation. MRS is abbreviation for Mrs. So capital M, I do put a period on Mrs. Capitalize Betty White's name, capital WITE. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far. I have one more. Space, your mother, and is it? So they're asking me a question, so I need to put a correct question mark. Next, I have 8. Sam's house. So it starts with a capital letter. Sam. House belongs to Sam. So I need an apostrophe, not colons, apostrophe S to show possession that he owns the house. All right, house. So that's 2. Is on High Street, the name of a street. So that's a proper noun. Sam is a proper noun. So capitalize the H, G-H. So that's 1, 2, 3. Capitalize street because it goes with high. That's 4. In New York City. Oh, that's a place, state, or city in the side of a state. So capital N-E-W. 5. York. 6. City. And 7. I need one more. Sam's house is on High Street in New York City. It's not asking me a question, and it's not an exclamation, so it must be a period. It's telling me something. All right, let's go down to number 6. On number 6, It says write the word that means more than one. Oh, so I'm doing plural. Okay. So for number 6, man is one. So if I want more than one, I need to change man to men. Correct. Woman is one. More than one will be one. Men. Butterfly is one. I remember my grammar rule. I see a Y. I change the Y to an I and I add ES. So butter. Change the Y to an I, put ES. Box ends in an X. So certain words end in an X. Box comes boxes. So BOX and I put ES because there's an X. Goose is an irregular noun, irregular plural noun. Changes to the irregular plural noun. Geese. Geese. Right now I'm going to the back page. I am going to circle the nouns. Draw an arrow from the adjective to the noun. And draw a wiggle line under the verb in each sentence. So the first one, let's read the sentence. The old man walked. So I need to circle the noun. Who's the noun? Person, place, or thing. Old man. So man is a noun. Circle the noun. Draw a line, arrow from the noun, from the adjective to the noun. So what's describing old? The man, old. So old, need an arrow. And draw a wiggly line under the verb. The old man, he did what? He walked. All right, number 12. The tiny girl ran. So noun, girl, kind of girl. Adjective would be tiny, is describing girl. And what did she do? The verb will be ran. Number 13. A green frog jumped. So your noun is frog. What's describing the frog? Green. So draw the arrow from green to frog. What did the frog do? Your verb will be jump. A tall tree fell. So now what's the thing in the sentence is a tree? What's the adjective that describes the tree? Tall, describing tree. The noun describes the adjective. The adjective describes the noun. And the verb tells what the tree did. It fell. The blue sky darkened. So noun will be sky. Adjective, blue, describing the sky. And verb, what did sky do? It darkened. All right, great job. Now we're going to draw one line under the subject and two lines under the predicate. Frank and Joe ran the marathon. Our subjects are, because they got an and there, Frank and Joe. Who is it about? Our predicate. What did they do? Ran the marathon. So I need two lines under ran the marathon for the predicate. Number 17. Lisa ate ice cream and cake. Who is this sentence about? Lisa. So I need one line under Lisa, one subject. And what did Lisa do? She ate ice cream and cake. And have a compound predicate. So number 16 I had a compound subject. Number 17 I have a compound predicate. Faye and Mike like to swim. Okay, so who is the sentence about? Faye and Mike are my subject. And what do they like to do? They like to swim. So here I had a compound subject, two subjects, but I had a regular predicate, like to swim. My next sentence, Larry and Debbie walked and ran 6 miles. Who is the subject of sentence about? Larry and Debbie. So compound subject. What do they like to do? Or what did they do? Walked and ran 6 miles. So it's compound predicate because they walked and ran 6 miles. So I do 2 lines under my predicate. All right, let's finish off with the last one. Linda and Ernie will train for the swim meet. Who is my subject? Linda and Ernie. So I have a compound subject. And what do they like to do? Or what they like to train? Or what will they do? They will train for the swim meet. So will is a part of train. So I'm going to put 2 lines on the will train for the swim meet. So will is a part of your verb, will train. And we'll talk about those type of verbs later that has 2 words making the verb. All right, good job. Remember, you do not turn this in. So this one can stay in your book, or you can take it home to practice if you need more help. Practice on your subjects and predicates. That is the end of this lesson. Make sure that you turn in 12.1 and go over to do your knowledge lesson 8 on Cesar Chavez.